Well, happy day, Arts Garage people. This is Marjorie Waldo, the CEO, and I am fortunately for me and for you here today with Julius Sanna, one of the amazing musicians that has graced the Arts Garage stage. And he'll be performing on September 26th at 7 p.m. as part of our Music at Home Live from Arts Garage live stream series. Welcome, Julius.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. It was fun to get to see you the other day. You were here to drop off your contract for this show, and you got to see our current gallery exhibit, The Right Side of History.
Yes, that was very powerful. I'm so glad I got to see that.
Me too. Me too.
Absolutely wonderful.
I toured someone else, and I've got a couple of appointments, so I'm making appointments with people, even though we're closed, to come in one or groups of, small groups. Like one of the people I'm touring later this week is a family, their daughters and the husband and wife. So we're trying to get as many people as we can in, and they can see it online too.
Is it free?
It's a really cool exhibit, isn't it?
It really is. Is it free, or does anybody?
The gallery is free. Yes.
Oh,
free to the
that's
public.
good to know.
Because we're closed, you just have to set it up with me so that I can get you in. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Normally
great.
you could just walk through. With the artists are, of course, hoping that people will buy some of their art,
Yes, of course.
All right, so you have this crazy cool background. You were born in Tanzania and raised in Kenya.
That's right. Yes,
you're pretty far away from home.
Actually, I think I Googled it. It's like 7,703 miles away from Del Rey.
Yeah, it's a long way. Do you still have family there?
I do. All my family is there. Yes, my brothers and sisters, my parents. Yes, they're still there.
Are you able to see them at all? Do you travel back and forth, or do they?
I don't get too many opportunities to travel, but thank God for technology. They get to see me. We WhatsApp all the time. They get to see me on video, and they keep me updated. I keep them updated. So it's been cool to be able to do that.
They get to see your children because you have a family. So they get to talk to your kids and stuff too, right?
That has been a joy. Yes, they get to do that. Yes.
It's really nice. It's really fun to see that. And my notes say that you come from a musical family and that you started playing guitar at 9 years old?
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me about your family.
Wow, my family. What a good group of people, because we are quite a number. I don't come from a small family. So I have so at one point we've lost a few, but at one point we're 15 kids. And yes, exactly.
Oh my gosh, I have 2. I can't even imagine.
So that's a little fun fact about where I come from, 15 kids. And out of the 15, 11 are boys and 4 are girls. So
wow. And are they all musical or just you?
So most of them are musical, or they do art. It's either fine art. I got a brother who is a cartoonist, 2 are cartoonists, and they are my older brother. The firstborn is an interior designer and a very good painter. He paints and does interior design. And then all of us grew up in this musical family because my dad plays the saxophone, and he plays all the wind instruments, clarinet, trumpet, the flute. And so we grew up in this very loud musical environment. And so it was almost inevitable that we picked up instruments here and there. Those were my toys when I was growing up. The guitar on the corner and the piano on that side. So it was pretty fun. So at one point, our family, actually, we had a band. Actually, the way I started gigging was because my dad had a gig at a hotel, like a hotel lobby type of place, and he is a saxophone player, so he needed somebody to accompany him. So he challenged me. He's like, let's practice a few tunes and let's get you up and playing. And I played 4 hours every night for so long. My fingers, that's when my fingers got all the strength, and I really learned a lot during that time. I was really young at that point.
What a really special thing to be able to do that with your father. I think that's a really special thing.
Very special. Very special.
I'm sure he's very proud of you now. He gets to hear you play. Are you able to share your performances with him?
I do. Yeah. Yeah,
Let's
both him
make
and
sure
mom.
he sees this one.
Oh, yes, yes, that's a really great idea.
This is
Yeah.
perfect for that kind of distance. You know,
Hmm.
he can watch it in real time and feel like he's there on the screen with
Ooh,
you, in the room with
yes.
you.
They're 8 hours ahead, but I can still work it out.
Yeah,
So the
eight
show,
hours ahead. So 7 p.m. is what?
um, 8, 9, 10. It's going to be like 3 in the morning.
Oh no. And it's not recorded, so he's gonna have to get up at 3 in the morning. So tell him I said so. Tell him he needs to set his alarm and log in and watch your show at 3 in the morning.
Pass the message.
So who do you think, what instruments do you play? Do you play just the guitar? I
No,
thought I'd seen you play keyboard.
I play keyboard and guitar. That's my main instrument. But I also, because my dad, having played the saxophone, grew up, I picked up a little bit of the saxophone. In fact, I'm teaching my son how to play the saxophone at this point. So I play a little bit. Yeah.
And so what, do you write your own music?
Oh yes, all the time. I have an album, Positively Africa, that is mostly, actually all of it is original music, maybe some adaptations here and there. But yeah, I write a lot of music. I enjoy doing that very much. Hmm.
So what inspires you musically? You can talk about whether, I mean, I imagine that your family is some source of inspiration, but I've done several of these interviews now. So I'm interviewing every artist who's coming to our Music at Home series, trying to get the audience to get familiar with you before you hit the stage and make up a little bit for the fact that we're not able to go live with an audience in the room. And almost every artist I've talked to has said that they are inspired by feelings. I thought they were going to say, oh, Aretha Franklin, or, oh, you know what I mean? John Coltrane, or whatever. I thought they were going to name an artist that inspired them, or a human. And often it's just a feeling. So, or an experience that they have. So what inspires you?
So that is true. So a lot of my music comes from feelings and emotions that I'm experiencing, but mostly because I'm a very I lean mostly on the positive side of things. I am more of an optimist, an extrovert, and so I like this idea of joy and celebration. But you know what's been interesting? I was telling my wife the other day, I was trying to write music and this last few months and nothing was coming to me. I was like, I just don't have a reason to write something that I feel, because right now everything really is difficult for everyone. And then she says something, write about that, write about your struggle, write about your disappointment and your feeling of worry or fear or whatever it is, that it's a negative emotion, but write about that. It might be help. Now you have to remember she's a therapist. She's actually a psychotherapist.
That's nice
So,
to have in the house. That's helpful in the middle of the crisis that we're in.
oh, absolutely. So I discovered a new avenue, a new portal to pull inspiration from, and that is whatever emotion I'm feeling, whether it be jubilation and joy or sadness and struggle, write about that and express that. And that has become a very important part of my writing process in the last few months. Most of the album that I have, Positively Africa, is actually, I've been here so long and I hadn't seen my family in quite a bit of time. So a lot of those songs are a yearning to reconnect with not only my family, but with my roots and my culture and all that stuff. So it was a wonderful outlet. So that inspires me a great deal.
Yeah, I think that's a really, so I write poetry and I don't write about the celebrations. I write about the pain. That's what always inspires me to put, and I'm certainly not a published author or anything like that, but it is one of my joys, okay?
Oh, okay.
Even if it's not a formal or professional thing. And I am inspired to write my feelings when I'm sad or angry or frustrated. Those are the emotions that move me. So for me, it's a way of processing. So I'm glad your wife said that, although I've heard you perform multiple times, and the work that you're creating that's coming from the celebration of life and finding your roots and your culture again and celebrating those things. It's pretty good stuff that you create.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes. And there are some things that I only discovered when I started writing specifically, some struggles that, yes, it could be a very upbeat, like a celebration song, but you will see a verse or a line in the song that goes back and pulls a difficult situation. But I'm always looking for a way to pull that difficult situation and find the bright side of that, and find an outlet to release that. So that's been a great process for me as well.
I love that. And you know what? So we believe, and I say this in several of the videos, so I'm sure the audience is tired of hearing me say it, but we believe that music is transformative, right? That it can bridge communities together. It can blur lines that divide members of a community, that it's a very powerful force, all the arts, but music as well.
Yes.
And I think that what you're talking about is that. I like how you're taking some of the struggles and finding a way to find the joy in that, right? Or I don't know if you're finding the joy in the struggle, but letting the music lead you to a joyous place, even though inspiration comes from struggle. So
yes.
If you were to say what you think the power of music is, especially right now in the middle of a 6 months now, we've been in the midst of a pandemic right here at home, and it started several months before that in the United States. We've been in the midst of a pandemic. We're seeing an amazing amount of people taking to the streets to protest decades, of centuries of racial injustice. What do you think, especially right now, the power of music is?
Wow. So music is so powerful, because I know this because I am moved by music. I'm moved by other people's writing and other people's expression through music. And then I become a more attentive listener to the songs that I listen to that talk about this difficult subject. And so I've always thought this is a great opportunity. In fact, just today, I was in the process of writing a song that addresses this whole situation that we're facing right now, the division that we're facing right now, the misunderstandings that we're facing right now, the lack of interpersonal sensitivity. In other words, people not being sensitive to other people around them. And music is such a powerful tool to open our eyes in ways that nothing else can. Because music not only comes in words, but it's coming in rhythm. There's a melody, there's a chordal structure that can evoke certain emotions. And so all that coming together can really permeate and really be powerful in our community, in our society. And another thing about music is the fact that it can bring people who are so far apart, isn't that amazing, together in one room, together in one mind. Like, wow, this song can really pull us together. And then we find our own humanity, the commonalities that we share. And I've seen music do this in a very effective way.
You know, do you remember when you were performing at our last gala, you did the reception in the black box?
Oh, yes.
For the live auction pieces were there, and people were in having some food, and you were playing before the main event happened in the main stage. And I watched a couple, an older couple, who, I don't remember the song you were playing, but they began to dance. Now, there weren't many other brave souls who began to dance with them, because they were in the middle of the floor and going to town, loved it. And it was beautiful to watch them. But what I watched, when I saw that, my instinct was this proud mom thing, right? So I've created this environment where this music is so beautiful that it moved this couple to dance regardless of what was happening around them, right? That's how I felt, like a proud mom. And so I look around to see who's paying attention to this baby I created, right? So I look around and people are singing along to the song, they're smiling, their bodies shift, they stand closer together. It was lovely. And I think that's magical. It's like you're watching someone with a magic wand change the tenor of the room, if you will. Really, it was just beautiful. It was just beautiful.
That is so cool. It is so satisfying and so rewarding as a musician, you know, doing that and seeing that happen. And you know, I see it many places where I perform. It could be a song that is just a slow song, and you see a couple start dancing, or you play a funky tune, and everybody starts to feel that. And I'm like, wow, you know, you're touching a very deep part of this person that is in front of you, that is in that space. I like the way you say that's like your little baby you created, and then you saw the effect of what you just set up. That's a beautiful way to put it.
Well, that's what we try to do. You know, I'm trying to find performers from many different genres and from different disciplines, theater, comedy, a little bit of everything,
Mm-hmm.
to bring them here to create a space that's safe and beautiful and allows people this outlet and to express themselves in a different way and to enjoy your craft. It's a really cool thing. And I would imagine, which leads me to the next question, I would imagine that for you as a performer, your fans motivate you. I don't know. How do you feel about the people who are watching your show or who like your shows on social media or pay to come see one? What's your feeling about that?
Oh yeah, it's like the sports events that have no fans. It's difficult because they always call the crowd, like in a basketball team, that would be the sixth man, or in a soccer game, that would be the 12th man, because it's just the additional, and it's so important. The audience is so important. They inspire me, because I noticed how, based on how the crowd reacts, based on whoever's listening reacts and is taking in, it's like they're sending me back a message, and then I react to that. And so they're just as important as what is happening on stage is just as important as the people who are listening. So I want to encourage, yeah, this will be interesting, doing it in a place where people are at home. I'm glad that there'll be some interaction. I guess we'll talk about that in a minute. But just the feedback is so important, because I feed off of that and I give it back. So the more I get, the more I give.
Yeah, it's definitely different, this live stream thing. So I've been at the last several, and you can see that the Nestor Torres performed a couple of weeks ago, and he talked about it, and he said that it was, so you have the camera that's filming, that's doing the live stream is in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a large screen TV set up as like a teleprompter that's showing you all the comments from the audience who's watching you at home.
Oh,
so
okay.
Nestor kept telling the camera, I'm over here because I'm reading your comments so that I can talk to you. So I know I'm here with you, but I'm over here too. So it was interesting. And then when you're sitting and watching, and there's just a skeleton crew, because we want to keep the numbers 10 or lower. You know, we've even limited how many members in the band, so that we've got a couple of people in marketing handling the technical side. We've got the production crew, and there are 3 of them. So there's already 5 or 6 staff members. So 4, 5 people on the stage is all we can do and stay safe.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there, and you finish a song, and I want to clap, and I both times, and I keep forgetting to ask, should I be clapping? What does that sound like to the people listening at home? You know what I mean? What did they hear when I'm doing? So I just try to hold myself real still, but I dance in the background. Who knows? I know that the audience really enjoys being able that they text in. It's like they're doing a text message on YouTube, a chat.
Right.
And they're able to read the chat and do a call out to them. So it's not the same as having people watch you and feeling that symbiosis occur of the fan to performer.
Oh yeah.
You know, groove, but it's still, I think, will be rewarding for you to see the feedback from the audience. So
Yeah, I'm so glad you added that aspect to it, the prompter with all the comments and questions, because that way the artist has a way to gauge how whatever they're doing is being received.
That's right.
And then you know, it doesn't matter how well you rehearsed based on what comes out from the other side, it influences how you present yourself and how you do the music. And
absolutely.
So, yeah.
All right, so one more question where I ask everybody the same ones, so that everybody gets to see inside of the artist from a different angle, right?
Sure.
And I want them to see each artist a little bit differently, because you all are so creative and so individual in your thoughts of your craft and your art form. So now I'm looking for compliments. So I want to know what you're looking forward to, why you're looking forward to playing at Arts Garage.
Oh, so let me start by saying that the musicians I work with, every time I call them and I tell them it's us garage, everybody drops whatever else they were doing. They're like,
That's awesome.
us garage, we in. I was gonna go out of town, but man, I have to cancel that and come on. There's an environment, there's a vibe. That's what, there's a vibe at us garage that is so beautiful and so nurturing, so inviting. So it feeds the musicians so well. And I always feel very comfortable and very inspired, just being in that space in Arts Garage. And of course, you have created this, you as a CEO, of course, everything trickles down, right? And so your positivity, the way you work with the artists is always so inspiring and encouraging. And everybody, I always look forward to playing. But also, the other part of this that I really love is the audience. So I've done a few concerts there, and I've gotten the privilege of interacting with the audience after the concert. And I'm talking to this person, and it's such a quality crowd. People who appreciate music, they have a wonderful understanding and appreciation for art and music. It is so heartwarming for the musician to realize whatever they're giving, because as a musician, as an artist, you're giving your soul, you're giving your heart, you're letting off your mind, especially if it's original music. These are things that came out of your garage or your living room, and you're bringing them over to the stage. And so if people react warmly and accept that, it is so wonderful. And Arts Garage has been such a wonderful stage and avenue for me specifically to bring whatever I do. And so I very much, every single time, look forward to being part of the Arts Garage programming.
Makes me super happy because we respect our artists so much, truly. You are the real, you can create the vibe, you can create the platform, you can sort of put all the ingredients together, but you're the chef. So what you do on this stage is really tying all of that together. My audience is unbelievable. They are, they're there for the music, and I'm convinced that's what it makes it so special. The band is not the background noise. The band is why they're there.
That is so important.
It's really nice for our performers to feel that. I want to say again, if I forgot to say it at the beginning, you and a couple of people that you play with performed for us multiple times for From Our Hearts to Your Homes, which was completely donated by you, Julius. And I want to make sure you know how grateful we are. We were pivoting very quickly. We saw revenues stop completely by the beginning of March as people realized what was going to happen with the pandemic. And we were closed by March 15th. And we scrambled to find a way to be relevant and to give people love through the arts. And you helped make that happen. Really, I can't thank you enough for providing that for us, for our community. Very, very grateful.
You are so welcome. It was our pleasure. And the guys I played with, they were like, Arts Garage, it doesn't matter. Let's go play.
I'm so glad.
It was fun for us.
And I cannot wait to get you on the stage at the end of the month. It's the 26th of September at 7 p.m. It's the Real Deal live stream. So go get your dinner, get your beverage, prop your feet up, get a blanket if it's chilly in your air-conditioned living room, turn the volume on to the best speakers you've got. It'll be professionally produced. Our sound engineer is amazing, Noah, and our team has done a great job. Get ready with your keyboard so you can send Julius comments and tell him how much you love him. And we're going to see you the last Saturday in September, the 26th.
28. Is it 26? 28?
I hope it's the 26th. That's what all my notes say.
Okay, good.
Okay, now, hold on. We're going to show that this is an interview, a real deal interview. We're going to do this because you just made me real nervous. So let me make sure my dates are right. You are the 26th. It is the last Saturday. do not come here on the 28th, which is a Monday, to perform. We will see you on Saturday night, the 26th.
I don't know why the 28th came to mind. Whether it was like 26th September.
26th. We're ready.
Hey, I pray that people show up. We're going to have a great time.
It's going to be a blast. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
And I will see you in a couple of weeks.
Sounds good to me.
Thanks, Julius.
All right. You're welcome. Blessings. Bye.